Hi, my name is Sonia Britt, and I am the president of the Financial Therapy Association. I am happy to share with you today some of the history of the association and show you some future directions that we're hoping to go. I would like to point out our website just very briefly. You can go to it at financialtherapyassociation.org, and there's several pieces of information there on how to become a member, information on our journal, the current board of directors as well. There's also a link for contacting the FTA with any questions you might have. There's a piece of information on our annual conference coming up in September, and then some sections for members only, and then also a resource for if you're trying to find a financial therapist yourself. The board has decided that the definition of financial therapy is the integration of the cognitive, emotional, behavioral, relational, and economic aspects that promote financial health. So as you can see, our mission is really blending the quantitative aspects of financial planning with the qualitative aspects of marriage and family therapy, psychology, social work, and many other mental health professions. So oftentimes people struggle with an emotional issue related to their personal finances. And previously, before the Financial Therapy Association, there wasn't a formal organization to meet the needs of individuals wanting to seek help for an emotional financial issue. Our association has several different purposes. The first one, of course, is to promote the vision of financial therapy. This is a rather new concept, and as the president, I get to interact with several members and several people from the media asking questions about what financial therapy is and who might benefit from financial therapy. So hopefully those questions will be answered for you today. We also want to provide a place for researchers and practitioners and the media and policymakers to be able to collaborate with one another and share methods for what works and what doesn't work. We also want to provide training for those involved in financial therapy and foreign public policy and practice standards related to financial therapy. And finally, just to share research on financial therapy techniques, financial therapy methods, anything related to the cognitive, the emotional, behavioral, relational, and economic aspects of financial health. To give you a little bit of an historical perspective, as you probably already know since you're watching this video, personal financial education does not always work. So if I'm just telling a person how to make a budget, they may not follow through on how to make that budget. So the Financial Therapy Association was designed to really identify why those people were not following through on their financial recommendations from their advisor. And another key thing is that of everything in life, money is one of the things that we really must have to survive, to provide shelter for ourselves, to provide clothing for ourselves, and to provide food for ourselves. However, currently, there are very few people who are ever formally trained in how to manage their money. So then we have the issue of people learning from their parents, maybe from their teachers or friends, the media, who may not have a very good grasp on money themselves. So the Financial Therapy Association we had our very first meeting in November of 2008. We invited 30 people together to discuss the idea of the association, if it was a good idea, if they saw the need. And the consensus of those 30 people who attended was that yes, there definitely was a need. There wasn't a place where practitioners could go to hear from other practitioners on what they're doing to meet the needs of people struggling with the emotional side of money. And then there wasn't a place for researchers to disseminate research related to the emotional side of money either. And there wasn't a place for consumers to get help on financial therapy issues. So after that initial meeting in 2008, we decided to form the association, and it became a formal association with the IRS in November of 2009. We had our very first conference in September of 2010, and we have our next conference planned for September of 2011. So we're moving right along. We have almost 300 members right now, and it's a growing association. You may be wondering what some of the focus areas are of financial therapy because it's a rather broad concept to consider. So these are some of the topics that our board members are working with and some of the members who have interacted with. They deal with people who are struggling with chronic overspending and underspending, which is perhaps just as much of a problem as overspending. Also with pathological gambling, maybe compulsive hoarding, and it could be other not so serious issues as far as maybe couples trying to decide what type of money management system is best for them, maybe couples who are arguing about money. It could be someone who's just persistently not able to stick to their budget. There's several different possible focus areas within financial therapy. As you probably know, there is definitely a need for financial therapy. If you were to look around at the people that you know, looking around at stories in the media. So what financial therapy is, again, is combining that quantitative side with the emotional side of money. I don't know if you've noticed this, but traditional financial planners traditionally are not trained in the emotional side of money, and therapists are typically not trained in the quantitative side of money. So we have a problem with people who maybe do not understand both sides of the story. So there's plenty of people who understand how to work numbers and help you achieve your financial goals quantitatively. And there's plenty of people who can help you meet other non-financial goals, dealing with maybe past experiences and how that has influenced your current behavior. But there's not a lot of people who are able to combine both of those skills together, or maybe working collaboratively with two different people, one trained in financial aspects and one trained in therapy aspects, two people working together. So that's what the Financial Therapy Association is designed to do, is to help people understand both sides of the story and to help people find other collaborators who they can work with so they do not have to receive excessive training. As I mentioned on the introductory slide of the website, we do have a Financial Therapy Association network, and this is designed primarily for consumers and people from the media to be able to locate financial therapists in the area. The individuals who are listed on the network are members of the Financial Therapy Association, and they have self-identified themselves as a financial therapist. The people who are on the network have paid a fee to be both a member of the association and to be listed on the network, and the association does not necessarily endorse any of those individuals, and we cannot guarantee the services of those individuals either. But it is a neat place for you to be able to go and locate a financial therapist yourself if you are looking for one. We are a new association, so there's plenty of places where we're trying to grow still. And one of the areas where we're trying to grow as an association is developing a credentialing process for financial therapists. And this would, of course, involve some training of those financial therapists, probably an examination, and continuing education for financial therapists. So that's a direction we hope to go in the next few years. We also want to help consumers know about financial therapy. So doing webinars like this one, or posting newsletters in local newspapers. We are trying several different ways to reach the consumers and let them know about our new association and how members from our association may be able to help consumers. And also, one direction that we are very interested in looking at is what sort of techniques within financial therapy work. So we are continually working on that, and you can find several findings related to that in our journal, which is also available online to the public. I hope that you found today's presentation helpful, and feel free to contact me or another member of the Financial Therapy Association with any questions. If you go to our website again, you can just click on our Contact the FTA and someone will be in contact with you very shortly. Thank you.